gentlemen, here discussing. I'm a little late to the party as far as going live, but I'm here to discuss the Bronny James saga. Um, I've actually been covering it to a degree, but not on a regular basis, but along the journey, if you will. I've been a part of it. For those who have followed the channel might know, but obviously it's gotten to a point where national attention is on Bronny and everything like that. And you know, I just gotta step up and say, the Bronny James slander has gotta stop. It's gotta stop. Let's just cut it out. Let's cut out the Bronny James slander. Let the kid live. Let the kid live his life. Uh, you know, I get that there's a lot of people who feel like he's not an NBA caliber player. Uh, and at the end of the day, it's probably not. But I just think that we got to let the situation normalize itself the way it's supposed to. I think we're overreacting here, leaps and bounds beyond what we should be reacting about. I mean, um, at the end of the day, his slander is a result of the LeBron haters using this as an opportunity to try and jump on Bronny, and that's the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, because they're two different people, and they're two different people. Hello, Kelsey, how's it going? Nice to meet you here. Not sure how familiar you are with the Bronny situation, but I just feel like the slander is overboard at this point. I think that there's a lot of LeBron haters, again, who are using this as an opportunity to, bash Bronny because of their hate for LeBron. You know what I mean? And it's like they're two different people. Oh, appreciate you. I be in here, man. I be training the kids, man, working with the kids, and that's my whole point. It's like, Bronny's he's a kid. He's a kid. He loves the game of basketball. Um, you know, he loves the game of basketball, and his passion for the game. I don't think that we should take it out on him that people hate his dad. A lot of people hate LeBron, and I think that, let's just put it like this. I want to ask you all a question. All right, if this was Kobe, if Kobe Bryant had a son, right, or if this was Gigi or something like that, and she was getting the kind of attention that Caitlin Clark was getting, who would bash her? Who would bash Kobe's daughter and say, what I'm saying, oh, she's not good enough to be in the WNBA because she's not her dad, or she's not as tall as Kobe, or nobody would do that. Nobody would do that. Nobody would say that if it was Kobe. If this was Gigi Bryant and she was in the WNBA, nobody would sit here and say, "Oh, oh yeah, she's not good enough," or what did this guy just say? "Oh, she wasn't in college long enough." Who gives a shit? It's Kobe Bryant's daughter, right? Like, at the end of the day, if you, let's just go ahead and put it back to the conversation at hand. LeBron James, right? The greatest player to ever play the game, LeBron James. That's what this is really about. And I think that a lot of people who bash LeBron as far as not being the best player to ever play the game are now enraged in anger because now we're seeing the result of he's the GOAT. LeBron James is a GOAT, so his son obviously has a free pass into the NBA. That's just how these kind of things work, right? But because there's a lot of people who don't feel as though LeBron should be crowned King James, you got to remember King James was a nickname for a reason. He was the chosen one, right? So if LeBron James was the chosen one, right, and his son is half as good or a quarter of as good, as long as he's not, having a heart attack, he's gonna be in the NBA. As long as he can run laps and, run a mile under 6 minutes, he's gonna be in the NBA. Like I think what's upsetting to a lot of people is the fact that, the Lakers, he got drafted. Now, if he was a free agent, I think people would be a little bit more welcome into the situation. But I just feel like LeBron had that leverage and control in LA to make sure that his son got drafted. Listen, let's look at this as this was LeBron's signing bonus. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the Lakers, LeBron was a free agent. He didn't sign until his extension until after Bronny was drafted. So it's like, this is the thing. It has nothing to do with, I seen his 4-point game. Do we want to talk about the 4-point game? Let me see what people are saying. Do we want to talk about the 4-point Amani Bates would have had a spot? That's bullshit. Amani Bates, could still get signed to LA as a free agent. They got a lot of they got a lot of they got a lot of space open now. Not as far as money goes, but as far as the position. He's a G League. He's not getting that much money. Amani Bates not getting that much money. He could take a small amount of money and come play for LA still. That probably would be a good pick up for LA. But back to the conversation at hand, this has nothing to do with Bronny's skill. Like look at Milwaukee's situation, right? Look at Milwaukee's situation. And I hate to bring this up, but Thanasis Antetokounmpo, right? Like, Bronny's getting more slander than he's getting. Giannis was able to have a free roster spot, and the same thing happened to LaMelo Ball with Jello. Listen, this happened with 4 different players. The same thing happened with Seth Curry. Right? He got into the NBA. The only difference is they're not okay. Let me just keep going down the list. Seth Curry, probably not an NBA caliber player in the NBA because of the Curry saga, the Curry legacy. Jello Ball, right? That's LaMelo's brother. And look, LaMelo's nowhere near LeBron's level, but because of the Ball legacy, Jello got to the Hornets G League team last 2 years before they finally waived him, which is where Bronny will be this year. Nobody's saying that he's going to be in LA for the majority of the season. I think I saw reports say that he's going to be in South Bay with the G League team with the Lakers. Okay, so who else? Oh, and let's not forget Zaya Wade. Let's not forget Zaya Wade, okay? Where nobody talks about the fact that his son, Dwayne Wade's son, got signed to the Utah Jazz G League team before they finally waived him. He had his opportunity. He got his opportunity. Why is everyone so mad that Bronny's getting an opportunity to be in the NBA when I just named 4 or 5 players whose brother or son got an opportunity to be in the NBA just because of their brother's name? Like, this is something that, well, that's the thing, you never know how the kids of NBA players will turn out. I mean, exactly. And I look at the genes he has. Like, what NBA team wouldn't take the chances on genes like that? The NBA drafts players off of potential now. They do now. That's why they get them so young. That's why they had the G League Ignite. That's another example of Gary Payton's son, which, he's not a Gary Payton. He's not as good as his dad, but he's still in the NBA. He plays great defense. Bronny plays great defense. Is he a LeBron James type caliber player? Is he a number one draft pick caliber player? Not at all. But can he play in the NBA? Obviously, the answer is yes. I think he can because anybody who can play high level Division One basketball can play in the NBA because the NBA is actually a softer brand of basketball. You know, I know this firsthand. You know, I played Division One basketball, so I know firsthand that Division One basketball is a tougher brand of basketball as far as the grit, as far as the toughness, as far as the speed of the game. Um, you know, it's the pace of the game. It's a lot tougher than in the NBA. The NBA, you can't foul people. You can just pretty much do what you want to do. So if he's gonna be whatever type of basketball player he's gonna be, the NBA is gonna be a better platform for him. Look at who his dad is. His dad never played one tip in college, not 1 minute in college. So he's got all the perfect training in the world to be a successful NBA player. 82 games. He's been watching his dad do it for decade after decade. Okay, the guy's an athletic specimen. You've seen him through the combine. You know, he was jumping out of the gym. You know, the NBA is a game for people who can just jump. You know, and if Bronny couldn't jump, okay, then listen, I'll probably be one of these people echoing the same thing that everybody else is saying. But the fact that this guy can do every single dunk his dad can do, if not better, and if he is only 6'2", 6'1", people are trying to say whatever the case is, the fact that he can do all these dunks shows how athletic he is. Obviously, he can shoot the ball pretty well. He's improved that. Do I think that he's any sort of a, all-star type player? I don't think so. I think he's got a lot of development, and that's going to be in his court. But LeBron did his part by setting his son up for, what he wanted to do. You know, whatever he wants to do, he can. LeBron has that type of leverage, and that's what you guys are just going to have to get over. That LeBron James is that great of a player, and I think he came out too early. I think it's not about him coming out too early. The fact is what was the point? And here's the question: do we really think that USC is a better developing ground for Bronny than the South Bay Lakers in the G League? Like, probably not. Like, the G League is set up for the NBA. The NBA game is exactly the same, 48 minutes. You're right there with the program. That's where he'll be. He'll be in South Bay. I think we should get off of the slander of Bronny James and start giving more credit to his dad for being as good as he was. I mean, this is a reward to LeBron for being as good as he is, as much as he's done for the league, the leverage and power he has. Think about it. LeBron James, for the past 10 years, could go to any team in a package deal with any player he wanted. He could say, hey, look, he did it in Miami. He said, hey, me and Dwayne Wade, we're going to team up. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. They did it. They made it happen. In Cleveland, he can go to Cleveland and do what he wants in Cleveland. Obviously, he's in L.A. He's doing what he wants in L.A. He wanted AD there. Guess who got there? AD. Now, some of the star players like Steph Curry, guys like that might not want to play with LeBron because they feel like they're franchise guys. But when it comes to everybody else, LeBron James is one of those names. And you guys, just LeBron James haters, this is probably a slap in your face and a bad taste in your mouth to see someone with that name. And I think the fact that he's a junior, and I don't know if on his birth certificate his name is LeBron, that's something we should look into because I was surprised. I thought his name was actually Bronny, but maybe that's just his nickname is Bronny because they're calling him James Jr. I remember when he scored his first point, the announcers was like James Jr. And then on his jersey, I think it said James Jr. That was interesting. And even if his name is not LeBron James and he's the junior, then I think that they're playing into the hype that he's getting, and using that to their advantage. He's saying, hey, look, I'm going to just say I'm James Jr., I'm LeBron James, I am LeBron. Let's make the haters get even madder because this is how they get paid, the impressions that he's getting, his sponsorship values. I think he already broke the sales record of history for sales of jersey, with Bronny's jersey. I just think that, if you're a hater of LeBron, this is playing into their advantage. They're using this for their advantage. All the hate, all the impressions, all the talk this is getting. Basically, look at Caitlin Clark's saga, right? She had a lot of hate and all that, but Jersey sales up the roof, ratings up the roof. You know, her deals and sponsorships are up the roof. His real name is LeBron. See, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So that's interesting. So that even makes it even more. It makes it make more sense of why he's able to get the kind of contract that he has. Like this is LeBron James. Like Bronny James is LeBron James, right? So obviously, you know, and it's weird. Like I don't. When it comes to basketball, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But we just got to understand that in this era of basketball, if you're a franchise guy, that's two roster spots if you want it. Like it, I don't know. I don't. It is what it is. If you're that good, you get two roster spots. You know, who's gonna tell you? I mean, you know, think about it. When certain players get traded, they get traded for three different players. You know what I mean? Like you get Kawhi Leonard for, you know, Tobias Harris and, you know, Patrick Beverly and, you know, who else? Just throw somebody's name. These types of things happen. You know, it just if you're that good of a player, you're that good of a franchise player, you get a free roster spot. LeBron got a free roster spot. If people are mad about the money he got, 7.9 million, to me that's chump change. Jaylen Brown signed for 330 million or something like that. Same thing with Jason Tatum. So we're crying because LeBron James' son got 7.9 million over 4 years. People are saying he took a spot from somebody in the NBA. Well, then go to the G League then. If somebody wasn't that good, if somebody wasn't good enough to be drafted higher than 55, then they're going to probably be in the G League anyway. At best, that's where they need to be anyway. Somebody getting drafted 55 didn't take anything from anybody. They missed the draft. You can roll a dice at that point or flip a coin. If you drafted 55 or later, you weren't a first round lottery pick. You weren't going to be guaranteed a contract. You weren't going to be guaranteed a roster spot. You were going to have to show it in the summer league, and you were going to have to go to the G League and wait your turn. So let's just get over this Bronny slander. Let's just realize that LeBron haters. This is something that you guys don't like more than anyone. Me, I'm a LeBron fan. I've always been a LeBron fan, and I think that this is finally. It's about time he gets some sort of respect for what he's done. And at the end of the day, you know, he's done his part now as a dad. You know, he's done his part. He can say, son, you know, I put you here. I've given you all the tools, all the tutelage, all the knowledge, all the coaching, all the training, all the wisdom you need to be successful in the NBA. And to me, that's all you need. You know, if you look at the past players, you know, you look at Dale Curry with his sons, Steph and Seth. He's given them all what they need. Gary Payton as well. Um, we can just go down the list. It's just so many father-son combinations where the father has given their sons what it takes, that advice. Look at Doc Rivers and Austin Rivers. You know, and the fact that he's got that advice, I think that he has an advantage to make up for some of the lack of skill he might have. So I think it's a great thing for LA. I think it's great for the NBA. I think it's great for the LeBron James family. Um, and it'll be interesting to see. I don't think he should have to be an all-star caliber player. I don't think he should have to be a rookie of the year. I don't think he needs that kind of pressure. I don't think it matters. I think that we should just more so give credit for LeBron James for being, you know, a good dad, a good player, a great player for the NBA. You know, taking the NBA and putting it on his back for two decades in a row. He's still carrying the NBA, if you ask me. I think that we should just figure out where the hate for LeBron is coming from and not put that same hate on Bronny, if nothing else, because I get it. LeBron hate came because people try to compare him to MJ. But who's comparing Bronny to MJ? Nobody's comparing Bronny to MJ. Nobody's saying LeBron James' son is going to be one of the greatest players of all time. So why should people hate him so much? This is what I don't understand. I don't understand what he's done to deserve this type of slander, this type of scrutiny. As an 18-year-old kid who just got off of a heart attack a season ago, less than a year ago. You know, he's watched his dad. He's been supportive of his dad. You know, you got a lot of kids who turn against their parents. They want to compete with their parents, or they want to go out and make headlines for the wrong reasons, knowing that their parents have a high profile name. This kid's done none of that. He's been a supporting son. He's been a good brother to his other brother. His parents attend his games, so he's made his parents proud of him. He's not like Mikey Williams, where he's pulling guns out of his pocket in school. He's not smoking weed that you hear this is happening. Smoking weed in public or anything like that. And if it was, I think it might have been at USC. So, listen, I think we got to tip our hats to the James guys. This is to be a black man, this is the type of examples that we want. We don't want our kids out there getting in gangs, violence, getting arrested, going to prison. We don't promote our kids doing these things. So now when you see an example of what LeBron has done, coming from underprivileged household, still able to make a way for himself and his family, and to have a son walk into the NBA spotless of any sort of criminal activity, any sort of scandals or anything like that in his family. Let's give more support to that. I'm gonna be preaching it until I'm blue in the face. The Bronny James slander must stop here. There's no place for it. There's no place for it whatsoever on the internet. There's no place for it on TV. There's no place for it on social media. There's no place for it in the game of basketball. He's went to college. He was an All-American. He's played in some of the most competitive prep programs. He's played against some of the most talented, classic kids. He's played and competed and held his own. I've never seen Bronny as much as even get dunked on by anybody. So I think we should just let nature take its course respectfully. Obviously, if he doesn't do his thing, He'll have to hear about that. Now he's got to stand on his own too. He's got coaches now. He's got agents. He's gonna have to deal with that. So let's not, before his time, put him in a bad category for no reason. This kid is 17. He's done nothing wrong. He's done nothing but just improve himself. So at the end of the day, he's not slow. He's not overweight. The guy can shoot the basketball. He can jump out the gym. He can D up. He's not spoiled brat. Who doesn't want to play defense and just wants to take every shot. To me, Bronny's upside most is just his IQ. He plays smart basketball, and in this era of basketball, people want to just take 50 feet jump shots and shoot from the logo and half court. And he's not one of those types of players. He's not going to take a bad shot. He's going to pass, make the extra pass. So anybody can play with Bronny James and win games, because even if he's just a role player, to me, he's okay with that. He realized, look, my dad's the greatest player to play this game. I don't have to come out and be an all-star, but as long as I can help a team win by playing defense, making that extra pass, making that extra cut, running the lane during the fast break, I'm going to be an instrumental part of my team. I'm going to be a practice player. I'm going to encourage my players from the bench, whether I'm in the game or whether I'm out of the game. I'm going to listen to coach. Sometimes coaches' sons, they know the game. He's LeBron's son, so he knows the game. Now he doesn't have to be in the game. He can be on the bench supporting his team. So at the end of the day, I think we might want to slow down on the slander of Bronny, talking about, oh, he's not this good, he's not this good. Well, I think the NBA has a lot of superstars. We got enough superstars now, and the way that they train these young guys, I would know because I'm in training. This is what I do. So many superstars are coming, but there's not enough role players. He's already in the NBA. He doesn't have to prove that anymore. So as long as he can be a plus minus while he's on a team, I think he's going to be on a team, and by his third, fourth year, now he's going to start scoring baskets, hitting open shots, whether it's even a 3-and-D player, figuring out a way to score his 15 a game, his 12 a game. Patrick Beverly had a 13, 14-year career, never averaged double figures. So what are we saying here? Like people act like they just have. People don't like Stephen A. Smith because he never played, but he has all this analytical stuff to say about people. Where are you guys getting your analytics from? You guys don't know anything about the game of basketball, but yet you're saying that this guy has no place in the game when you guys probably didn't even start varsity, or yet alone play Division I basketball or Division II, probably even Division III. So just slow down on it before I get on it. You know what I'm saying? I have played Division I basketball, and at the end of the day, the only difference with me, I didn't have a dad that was Kobe or LeBron or Michael Jordan. So, I didn't have the politics. Back in the early 2000s, it was frowned upon to be a scoring guard. So at the end of the day, like, you know, Bronny getting to the NBA is proof that, you don't have to score 15 or 20 points a game. Think about it. As soon as a coach decides who their first two or three scorers are going to be, at that point, nobody's going to average more than 10 points a game besides those three players. So to me, whether you average 20 points a game shouldn't even be the basis on which you get drafted anyway. So I'm glad Bronny's in there because if he shows that he can be a good NBA player, then now we no longer should evaluate players based off just how many points per game they score at the college level. You know what I mean? And I think that there's a lot of overlooked players because of those things that now may have opportunities. He could be a pioneer for a lot of those guys, going forward. If he ends up, showing that he can actually be a consistent player, a player who can develop himself in the NBA, I think it'll pave the way for a lot of other players who never had those opportunities. So a lot of people need to think about this differently instead of just, casting all these stones at Bronny and he shouldn't do this. Let this man prove himself. And if he doesn't, then speak up, But everybody wants to act like they just all of a sudden overnight became some sort of NBA analyst. You didn't. Nothing happened to your credentials overnight to make you become some sort of NBA analyst to say that Bronny James doesn't belong in the NBA. You don't even know the college game well enough to sit there and say that, let alone the NBA game. These guys in the NBA, this was the worst NBA draft in history. So, I mean, who is he not better than? You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Stop it. Let's just get over it. Let this guy develop. It's gonna help you better to be a Bronny supporter than a Bronny hater. There's a lot of money behind that kid. All right. There's a lot of support behind that kid at the corporate level, at the professional level, at the NBA level, on a personal level, on a sponsorship level. There's a lot of money behind that kid. There's a lot of PR behind that kid. So why not support the guy instead of being proven wrong for trying to bring him down just because you don't like his dad because people try to compare him to Michael Jordan. Like let's just understand you probably should have just crowned King James the King a long time ago and you wouldn't be upset right now. Quit hating on that man. I'm gonna leave it there. Quit hating on that man, Bronny James, because it's gonna come back to bite you like a boomerang, fit that right back at you. Listen, it's not good to put out bad energy on anybody. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, who has not sinned, cast the first stone. All of y'all got dirt on y'all. Ain't none of y'all the best at what y'all do. And that's all there is to it. So let's listen. Let's support Bronny James. Let's give him credit for being in the NBA, being just a good black man, just a good human being, just being a good American, a good citizen. You know what I mean? And let's credit him for that. Not backing down from the challenges, working hard every day, even though he already had money. This man had millions of dollars and found a way to work hard for whatever that reason was. Let's give him credit for that. This man done took care of his body after a heart attack. He looks like he's in shape. He can jump out the gym. The man knocks down plenty of shots. He looks like he's coachable. He D's up. This is all I would want from somebody who has everything in a silver spoon. To be a hard worker, to want to play defense, to want to make the extra pass. Oh my goodness. You put somebody like that with those types of genes, with that type of speed, with that type of athleticism on my team, oh man, we finna win some games. I'm finna build some pieces around different pieces because in this days and age, it's hard to find role players. It's hard to build a team besides Denver. Denver did it, and they didn't have enough players like that this year on their roster on the bench. That's why they lost when they lost, even though they shouldn't have lost. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. The case is, and you see that, but yeah, the case is, Bronny James is a great NBA player. You ask me, he gonna prove it to y'all, and then he's gonna be the second person that in the second LeBron James to prove y'all wrong. The first King James proved y'all he was the GOAT. Bronny James might prove y'all wrong that he's a solid NBA player, and who knows where it can go? Because I think he's only 18, 17. So both now, him and his dad done got in the NBA as teenagers. Y'all be mad. Just be great yourself. Do what you do. Use that. If you're mad, use it to take that and inspire yourself to work hard on what you did. Work hard on what you want to do. It's not going to be basketball, but maybe pick something else that you want to be great at, or somebody that can motivate you to develop yourself in whatever trade, whatever craft, whatever profession you want to be great at. Because hating on anybody, I don't care who it is not a good thing. It's not going to result on anything positive for you or your seed. In fact, if anything, it's just going to inherit bad energy, bad spiritual blessings, bad spiritual, better yet, curses on yourself for hating on somebody else. So why slander this man? For doing what? Right? For playing the game hard and not being selfish. This man could come down the court literally and take any bad shot he wants to and probably still stay in the game because of who he is. But he doesn't play that way. You guys think that being good at basketball is just about points? Newsflash: if you're under 6'3", nobody really wants you shooting the ball and scoring all that anyway. You know what I'm saying? They really just want you to facilitate if you're under 6 foot. So why is everybody acting like he's supposed to be averaging 40 or averaging 30 or something like that? And then a lot of y'all forget Isaiah Collier was a starting point guard at USC and he got drafted 29th. So this man was behind a first round draft pick at USC. So maybe that's why he only averaged 4 points a game. This man could have easily averaged more than 4 points a game if he wanted to. This is LeBron James, ladies and gentlemen. Whether it's junior or senior, LeBron James can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And that's just what it is. His dad done been an all-star for 20 plus years. He's the GOAT. He's the best statistical scorer to ever play this game. He's one of the best passers to ever play this game. He's been to the NBA Finals probably more than anybody who's ever played this game. He's still playing now. They call him Bronjevity for a reason. He is the GOAT, and his son is athletic enough to jump up and slam dunk the ball with one or two hands. Yes, his son was going to be in the NBA, whether you fuckers liked it or not. LeBron James' son, Bronny James Jr., was going to be in the NBA, so I'd rather be done sooner than later and just get over it. As soon as y'all can get over it, maybe we can figure out what else is wrong with basketball to see if this is a game, because there's a lot of bullshit going on with the game that's there not to like besides Bronny James being in the NBA. And then maybe we can see if this game is a game that we all like. But as soon as you guys can get over Bronny James being in the NBA, maybe we can start fixing whatever holes is left in the NBA, because there are a lot of holes. Maybe we should start looking at NIL and what's going on at the prep level and at the high school level and at the overseas, how the overseas players are now taking over the draft and how all these French guys are now all the first round draft picks and everything like that instead of the Americans. People in America, I bet you the people overseas don't give a fuck about Bronny James. I bet you the people overseas aren't mad that Bronny James was drafted 55th. I bet you they're over there happy and clapping their hands because they're dominating the whole NBA draft now. And as the World Games come, they might even win that. I think those are the things and the areas that we need to be looking at instead of Bronny James. Bronny James is a hard worker. Bronny James loves the game. Bronny James is in the royal family. Okay, he's gonna win and he's gonna eat regardless. You know what I'm saying? Bronny James is could give a shit what you guys think. He's gonna have it made regardless. So I don't think we should be mad that a billionaire basically got an extra $7 million. You guys are mad because a multi-billionaire got an extra $7 million. Rich white people get that every time on their tax return just for filing, just for writing off houses on their taxes. A lot of white people just get that anyway. Business people get extra $7 million on their tax return anyway, and we mad because Bronny James, who's already a multi-billionaire, got an extra $7 million on his NBA contract. Listen, he was probably going to get that in his NIL valuation anyway, even if he would have stayed in college, even if he would have hit the transfer portal and went to any other school. Dan Hurley was offered a $300 million job to be the Lakers coach, turned that shit down to stay in college. So you guys are thinking that Bronny wasn't going to eat if he would have stayed in college? That boy was going to eat anyway. He took a pay cut probably to play for the Lakers. The Lakers are not a winning team. The Lakers are not a championship team anymore, you guys. Newsflash, pay attention to it. He probably helped out the economy there in LA. He probably helped out the NBA just like Caitlin Clark did because of the name, because of the impressions on social media that the NBA is getting now. He probably did the NBA a favor because if you didn't pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, the women's game of basketball has slowly but surely started to take over popularity in the NBA over the past 3 or 4 months. So Bronny James going to the NBA might have been a favor for you guys who still feel like the NBA is the #1 game, which I'm one of those people. So the Bronny James slander must stop here at once. Cut it out. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to give credit to where credit is due. LeBron James has put in the work decade after decade to be that guy to where if his son wanted to be in the NBA and pick what team he played for, hey, look, get mad at Giannis. Why? So what y'all saying? Giannis is better than LeBron? Come on, man. Y'all saying Bronny? Who's better, Bronny or Thanasis? Thanasis is still in the NBA. We talking about this man been in the Milwaukee Bucks, taking up roster spots for the past 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many seasons. Multiple. It's been multiple seasons. He probably hit it on his second contract, and y'all mad? Man, come on, y'all some haters, man. Just be real. Just, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm holding the haters accountable. I'm holding LeBron James haters accountable for why this. Just be honest, y'all hate Bronny because of LeBron. Y'all just on Jordan's nuts. Y'all just mad that Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Jordan is supposed to be the GOAT and LeBron is in the way of that conversation. Some say Kobe or whatever, most people say Jordan. No, it's LeBron, and that's been the debate going on for the past, you know, 10, 12, 15 years. So now that Bronny's in the NBA, and it's just proven that he's the GOAT because now that legacy's there to live on even longer in LA. And you guys don't like it. It's okay. All right, he is that good. He's that good. LeBron James. I'm not talking about Bronny. LeBron James is that good to where his son, yes, was able to basically come in, you know, and they were able to, you know, sit and negotiate table, say, look, you want me? We together. You know what I'm saying? They had the same agent. It was what it was. Y'all don't like it, but I do. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as him, who cares? You know what I'm saying? That's Bronny's job now. And I think any son who was a junior of a dad that great would want his own opportunity to pave his own way. And he's probably he's not gonna do it, okay? Okay, does that make y'all feel better? No, he's not that good of a player. He probably won't. So why does he deserve to not even be given a fresh, clean opportunity to show that? You guys are helping him by putting all this pressure, all this slander, all this scrutiny on him before he even gets his chance. Y'all helping this man case. Because y'all making this man so much money. Y'all making him so popular. Yeah, if anything, shit, Lakers could just say, look, we just shoot all the shots. You know what I'm saying? Just shit, because we ain't going to make the playoffs anyway. But if you score 20 a game, we finna make an extra $10 billion just off the hype of it. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So now that I done told y'all what it is, love this train there, yeah, but listen, listen, game of basketball is a beautiful game. Just play it and get what you can get out of it early. The earlier the better, you know. And if you got kids, sign them up to get trained by somebody who knows what they're doing. And that's how you get into the NBA. That man knew how to do all his drills. He knew how to do all the cone drills and snake dribbles, and he knew how to do all the step backs. He knew how to hit all those shots. You know, under the microscope, he knew. You know, he had the genes. He had the workouts to jump high, and you know, he got picked. You know, and the thing is, because of his performance at the combine, nobody could say he didn't deserve that. Now the 4 points a game, again, he doesn't probably take a whole bunch of shots. Okay. Now, if he was taking a whole bunch of shots and just missing and had just like a horrible percentage or something like that, okay, then that's where the slander is going to start to come from. But see, he's smart. I think he's smarter than what you guys are thinking. How much credit you guys are giving him. This man probably ain't even going to go out there and attempt a whole bunch of shots. You know, I think that it would probably work better for him if somebody could develop him to play point, you know. And so, James guys, Rich Paul, Phil Handy, or any of the Lakers guys, if you guys need an extra supportive trainer for Bronny, bring me in. You know, I can train him to play point. That's what I played all my life. And, you know, maybe he just needs more dedicated work at playing point, because at his height, that is the knock that I think that is warranted for who he is. You know, he's more of a two guard. Okay, he's not a, you know, ball handler. You know, he's not really comfortable handling that ball. I think that's where he can improve a little bit at, or a lot at, better yet for that matter. I think he can improve on getting to the basket a little more with his left hand. You know, he gets there strong sometimes with his right hand, but I think, you know, he needs to mix it up a little bit. He's going to spend some time in the G League, so he'll have some time to work on a lot of that there. He's going to get a lot of shots. So, hey guys, if you're mad at Bronny, you might not want to watch those G League games, because he's going to be able to get up a lot of shots for those South Bay Lakers. And unless he gets hurt, he's going to be able to build himself up. And you know, Alex Caruso did the same thing out there in the South Bay Lakers. Plus, I got a guy, Damian Ball, who I trained at TCU, who was at the South Bay Lakers last year. I think he averaged about 13 a game. So he might lose a spot, actually, because Bronny's there. I'm not sure. I do want to look and see where Damian Ball is now, because I've been waiting to see him get a chance. But, yeah, that's the good thing about the G League now, ladies and gentlemen, is that, you know, it gives guys the extra lifeline. gives guys extra season to you know try and prove themselves. Let me see here if I can flip this screen over. See this guy. He went to the same college I did. He was at South Bay last year, and it says he's still there. So maybe he's in summer league now, playing with BRONNY, which would be dope for him. See, TCU, that's my college. Yeah, we went to March Madness, got the paraphernalia right there last year. So let's see. Um, Game log. No information available. Stats. Okay, news. It's not really saying much. This is TCU stuff. But yeah, like I said, the G League is a great place where guys can basically find themselves. I mean, look at Scoot Henderson. Like we're not in a era, we're not in a day and age now where you just have to get drafted and come in and start averaging 30. Like you don't have to. So the real question should be: is he good enough to do damage in the G League? Because the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, is if he can average at least 12 in the G League, he's gonna be in the NBA like in the near future regularly. And I'm not sure if that's gonna be that hard for him to do. Now, if he stinks it up in the G League, okay, then now the LeBron and Bronny, the Bronny slander, or the LeBron, or both of them together, whoever, however you want to slice it, will begin to come out. And there's nothing, then it'll be deserved at that point because it will show that he wasn't ready to even do that. And at this point, they got teenagers who are coming in the G League ready to do that. So I think he's fully equipped. I don't think there's much difference of the D1 level and the G League level, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't. In the 4 points a game, like I said, USC, I'm not gonna judge that. He was sitting behind Isaiah Collier, who got drafted, I think, by the Jazz first round. I mean, so Isaiah Collier was like one of the best point guard in the nation. They went to USC, and I think that with his cardiac arrest, I think that did affect them playing together. And I think the coach probably should have, implemented him maybe a little more in the lineup. And I just don't think that it should be on a coach decision to determine if a player, especially a player like LeBron James, is good enough or not good enough to make it to the NBA. So, we're in an era now where players can determine their own stuff, especially if their stock's high enough. So, uh, that's where I'll leave it. My battery's dying. I don't want to sit here on this stream too much longer, but the Bronny James slander must stop. We gotta just start congratulating instead of hating. Um, that's just what it's all about. I had to come and say something about that because I don't condone haters anyway. There's nothing about haters that I like. There's nothing about that. I don't know what it is you guys are hating on. If it's his wallet, if it's his bank account, or if it's the fact that he's a multi-billionaire at the age of 18, or just that his dad is LeBron James. I'm not sure. But hating on him I mean, he basically was already playing for the Lakers. Look at Jason Tatum's son. Jason Tatum's son is at every Boston Celtics game, running around that court, shooting the ball, throwing it to Jason Tatum, getting in everybody's way. And he probably, don't look like he's gonna be good at basketball. Who knows, man? These kids, if you're a franchise player's kid like that, you can do whatever you want to do. That's just kind of what it is. Okay, like what's there to be so upset about that? The greatest player of all time, son, is a stud and can dunk the ball better than half of the people in the NBA right now. He can shoot the ball better than probably half of the players in the NBA right now. And you know what? Hey, his name is very popular. That's all it takes to get yourself in the NBA and G League these days. It is what it is. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Everybody's knowing that in this country. All right? If Luka Doncic had a son, or when he has a son, if Luka's still even playing, Luka probably won't still be playing, so he won't be able to leverage that. But if Luka Doncic had a son that was ready to play in the NBA and was 16, 17, 18 years old, he'd be in the same situation, okay, ladies and gentlemen? So get over it. Get over yourselves. Stop hating. Start congratulating. I'm out of here. If you want to get better, contact me at NBA Training so we can get you better. If that's what it's about, put the work in. Just put the work in. The game of basketball is giving a lot more opportunities for people to play professionally, to give yourself a platform somewhere. If you're doing it the right way, you got the right person training you. So take it from me, Kenny Kelly. They call me Coach Kelly. Played at TCU and University of Hawaii. We actually beat USC 2004, 2005 when Nick Young was there. So, um, that's why I'm starting to do the same thing LeBron did for his son. I don't have any kids, so I train kids at the prep level right now, Division I level. Hopefully in the NBA, you'll see me training guys there at some point in time soon. But I'm working hard toward that every day. That's what this channel is dedicated towards. I give a lot of support and credit for LeBron James, what he did with his son and what he's doing for Bryce. Plus, you're gonna see that too. That's a whole nother topic. You're gonna see if you're mad at Bronny, just go ahead and just you might as well just quit now because Bryce gonna be there too within a couple of years. Bryce gonna be there. They all probably three might play on the same team. This is something that has never been done before. And LeBron James, congratulations, my man. You have now just instilled yourself, cemented yourself as the GOAT, no matter what, especially what you did for your son. At this point, that's what people are mad at because this is something Jordan didn't do. Jordan had his two sons, and his sons, neither one of them played in the NBA. So now people are mad. Jordan followers are probably mad about that now LeBron James has done something that, to me, beyond his playing and beyond his stats, beyond his 2 decades of dominance and supremacy in the NBA, championships or not, it is a major championship to have your son get drafted into the NBA on the same team, nevertheless, whether it was the same team or not. That just shows your power and the leverage that you had and the influence that you had in that Laker, back office. The influence that you had in that back office was something amazing. At your age, you had the leverage to sit there and make them just tremble. You made the Lakers and Rob Pelinka and everybody tremble at the draft table. You had all 29 teams not taking Bronny because of the fear that he was going to go overseas or whatever else the case would have been. I just think that was amazing. That was the biggest assist he had, from throwing passes. The biggest assist he ever had in his career was this one at the draft day. It was well played. You played that well. It was amazing how you did it, just like you've done everything else in your career. So I've always been a fan, so I'm not a bigger fan now, but I'm definitely satisfied with what happened. I definitely like how you played it. Don't worry about all that noise that you're hearing because you got somebody like this, somebody like me who's supporting what you did. I'm also rooting Bronny on now to just keep, being the hard-working person that he is. I salute him for not giving a fuck about what the haters say, and I salute you for also not giving a damn either. You're out there with the dream team, being a good, happy family man. You guys are happy. You guys know that it ain't even over there. Bryce is coming too. Remember, the Ball brothers is gonna be 3. We might as well call it the LeBron brothers, the Bron brothers, the BBB for the Bron, Brawler brand, Bronner brand. I'm out here, man. NBA training. Let's go. The Big Bron brand. Let's go. Big man, listen, y'all just came in, y'all missed it. I was finna end this broadcast, but I've been going ham for a whole hour on this Bronny James slander. I done been killing it. I've been hitting it from every angle, explaining why this is the greatest thing that ever happened in the game of basketball. I think this is a generational turn. This is a turning point for the game of basketball. For basically, we control our own brands. The NBA now, you don't have to get drafted through college. You already could just be, an NBA player's son or somebody who's that influential. Maybe we might even have one of these social media influencers go and get a position, or maybe like how N1 was real popular in basketball, have people get into the NBA now. The NBA is now more an entertainment brand than it is basketball. It's amazing. I love it. It's a beautiful thing. I'm so excited. I want to get more people who feel the same way I do to share this video. Just show your support. I mean, the Bron family needs it. They need the support right now for whatever reason. There's a lot of slander. So we need a lot more people, being supportive of Bronny, putting out videos like this, congratulating those guys. I mean, if that many people can congratulate Caitlin Clark, they can congratulate Bronny James for just getting to accomplish his dream. It's not that he put up those types of points, but he did perform a hell of statistics in the combine. He stood out.
You know, he was a McDonald's All-American. I think he had like 16 points. I think he was co-MVP of the All-American game. People forget that. You know, he came back from a cardiac arrest. People still don't give him credit for coming back from that. I remember Damar Hamlin for the Buffalo Bills had a cardiac arrest, and he was the American hero. But because of the hate for LeBron, Bronny James comes back, and it's like, can't you just sniff it? People were just wishing for the man's downfall. You're just wishing for his downfall, thinking that because he only scored 4 points, that he was going to be forced into some sort of bench role or the transfer portal. But guess what? He put his name in the draft, and LeBron was able to use his leverage. And what else to use his leverage for than his son? I mean, that's something you couldn't pay for. I mean, he probably would have used it maybe for an extra 10 million on his contract, but he was able to get his son. That's priceless. I'm glad for I'm glad for you, big dog. I'm glad to see. I'm supportive of what you did on top of your playing career, what you did for your son. It was amazing. I just have a real soft spot in my heart for people who do things for their kids. You know, because my parents never did that for me. Never would have did anything for me. So for me to see parents who do things, you know, for their kids, first, you know, that to me just it's just awesome. It just gives me an awesome feeling that to know the world is in a good place. I just think that it's so hateful and evil for people who see anything wrong with that, whether it's him being in the NBA or not. Like who cares what makes the NBA some sort of gracious place that nobody belongs or he don't belong? Why not? You know what I'm saying? You got the season ticket holders they just go and pay for tickets. They get to sit on the front row and go to every game. Why? Just because they have a little bit more money than other people. So why who's to say that he can't wear a Lakers jersey? That man's dad is that man's dad was the best player in the NBA for the past 20 years. And you mean tell me that he don't deserve to wear a uniform? Why? For who? For who? You know what I'm saying? Let any of the other 29 teams pick them up. You know what I'm saying? If whoever was better than Bronny James, you got to listen, sir. You got 28 other teams or 29 other teams that you can go play for, and there's a lot of room that they can go make for you. So then you can go play against Bronny and prove that you're better than him. Prove that you need to be on the Lakers instead of Bronny. Because right now, with LeBron James being in the Lakers back-to-back years, they don't went to the playoffs. I think last year they went to the Western Conference Finals. So I mean, as long as they can make it into the playoffs, I don't really think LeBron cares. It's tough to win NBA Finals. That's not where he's not leveraging being the GOAT anymore off of finals. He's leveraging being the GOAT off of look at my jeans. Look at my LeBron jeans. Okay? LeBron Genes. Look at my LeBron jeans. I got two sons that's about to come and fuck y'all up. My sons is better than your son. That's pretty much what the game is playing. He already won the MJ battle with that. He had Marcus Jordan and the other son, I don't know. Neither one of them went to the NBA, regardless to how many points they averaged. And they didn't average that much more than Bronny. And Bronny only went for one season. Could have went to any college if he'd have wanted to. But look, now LeBron gets to do what he wanted to do, make history, play with his son. That's one hell of a farewell tour, if you ask me. You got LeBron James going on a farewell tour. Look, ain't no farewell tour. You still gonna see LeBron James when I do retire. Shit, that man could probably go and play for the Las Vegas team and have his son have two LeBron Jameses playing, one for the Lakers and one for Las Vegas, and they just do what they want. You know what I'm saying? Which is isn't that what y'all wanted anyway? Isn't that what the Players Association wanted anyway? Wanted African Americans to have more control over the game. Well, it looks like LeBron James has took a step closer to being able to do that with leveraging who goes where and what brand does what, you know, having ownership in franchises, leverages, and who gets drafted. To me, that's taking the power away from these Division I coaches who use it as a power struggle to sit there and play whoever they want to play just because whatever control or power struggle they have and at their university. Nah, that like we getting out of that. So I definitely hope that Bronny turns up. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's gonna be a challenge, because we know he ain't the most, you know. But look, I'm with the underdog story. You get what I'm saying? And that man got every single trainer, every single. That man don't even need a trainer. He goes home to his pops, and he gonna have firsthand experience of how easy it is to score and against this type of defense in the NBA. This, and then he gonna be able to go and get that right. He got that. I'm not gonna have that. You not gonna have that. Your son ain't gonna have that training. My nephews, my cousins, my uh, none of my players is gonna have that.